set to go. Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
They're on the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
To the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
2nd and 6. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check White.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Robinson with another carry. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case,
2 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Falcons at 8-1 on the year, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Ritter to throw it. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Hold it ready. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up to second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons 34. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point. Third down and 1. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Franklin. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. 7-7, our score after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a first and 10.
Let's go now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Butker's kick here is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one. And I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Ritter with it after the play fake. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Second and 10. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. This one into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Ritter from the gun. This is caught. Touchdown. George Pickens, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
And a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
This is fielded at the 27. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's one deep for Pickens. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Here we go. 18 Cardinals. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 43. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that.
No doubt about it. And his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Here's Ritter. That's going to be caught by Pickens. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. To the air again, it's Ritter. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 28 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Ritter back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Ritter now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Bijan Robinson with career touchdown number 70. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to get the football back at their own 17. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Here's Tank down to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Ritter on 1st and 10. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Back to throw, Ritter. Going right side here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Austin, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Curry, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ready up.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's time to give a little credit to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now a throw here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And at 3rd down and 6 to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Ready?
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 68 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Ready?
Going play action. Ritter. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Ritter. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ritter to throw it. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal line.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Here's here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taken right around the 44. Breaks through the contact. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. Running right through it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Austin, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that will increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as they'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a play that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive... There he goes, left side! 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter. Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't... And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Cool for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee. Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Harrison Butler set to kick off.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Ritter. This one finds Austin out right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's go. Ready?
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. These guys running back out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all.